Hey guys, I'm back one more time with another video. I haven't done one in a long time. I just finished school, so now I have time, and I decided to make another review video instead of unboxing. I know I only did one before, and it was with the Phoenix 5, and I think that one's pretty cool. A lot of people liked it, so I decided to make another video, this time with the Slosh Superman and the Legion of Superheroes chases. I finally tracked all of them down, so I was like, why not? Let's make a video. I'm gonna give my opinion on how good they are individually and together, and if they're worth the points or worth even getting them. I like the Slosh set, was pretty good. I'm a DC guy, so I was happy. The chases were a little different, but at least they had a Superman, and that's all that matters to me, because I'm a huge Superman fan. Anyways, I'm gonna try to make this short, not too long. It's probably gonna be like 15 minutes long. I'll try to go fast, but here we go. So, start with Guardian. Well, first of all, they all have a trait. The Growing Darkness. I'm pretty sure you guys already know it. Basically at the beginning of the game, for all friendly characters with this trait. So even if you have all of them, you're fighting someone with, I don't know, let's say the Book of Skulls, you cannot just be like, oh, I'll pick a hammer for him, a hammer for him, a hammer for him. No, they all gotta share it. I know they cannot be greedy. They gotta be a very loving and sharing family, so they gotta share. Only one person, one of these guys, can take the relic or the game element from the resource and assign it to one of them. So you gotta make the best choice. It would have been better and a little bit broken, I think, if you could assign it to all of them. That would have been so epic. But hey, at least it was a little balance in the fact that you cannot just like strip your opponent from the Book of Skulls. And then the one thing that I think is awesome if you do play all of them is the other part of the trait, which is let's see, at the beginning of your turn, roll 2d6 for all friendly characters with this trait, so all of them. And if the sum is lower, if your roll is lower than the number of their click. So right here, there's 5. So if they're all in the first click, and you roll 4, then your opponent gets -1 to his combat values, and that's really, really good, because that could change the game. I was playing a game the other day with my girlfriend. I was using the Dark Phoenix Cyclops, and she was using these two guys. And even though they weren't doing that much damage to Cyclops, they were like in mid-dial. They were lowering the Cyclops combat values to 1, and that's a big change. It changed the game a lot. Anyways, I really like the trait. Okay, let me go to Guardian now. Alright, Guardian. He's 207 points, a little pricey, but I think he's nice. He's good. He's good for the points, what he can do. He has a Psychic Blast and TK, and 2 Lightning Bolts, so he can target 2 people with Psychic Blast. Invulnerability, I don't like invulnerability topped out for like a 200 point figure or above. I think that's not a good defense power, but hey, he has Impervious, he has Invincible, so I guess they had to change it up. They cannot just keep it the same for all of them, because then it would be like they would not be unique. So they, I guess they gotta change it up a bit. He's a flyer and TK, so if you have all of them together, he's a good support piece for these guys and a good offensive figure. Let's see. He picks up, everybody has the defense power, which is Space Warp or Warp, however you want to pronounce it. This is a good one. The stop click. They stopped it. We stop turning it that one, take damage, and then on your next turn, they can use Phasing Teleport as a free action. Use Regen as a free action. That is really good if you roll good with your regents. If you are hot on your regen rolls, these guys, or the team of them together or individually, are going to be really hard to KO. Especially this guy, because he has 2 stop clicks. I cannot turn the dial, so I know he has one like click 4 or something like that, and then another one. He's the only one with double clicks, stop clicks. So out of 5, you know, enhancement is good for, I guess, Superman. These guys have no range. Well, 5 range, not that great. If you will play it in this team, he was a good option. If you're playing all of them, if you're just using him by himself as your main guy, he's like, I guess, 3 out of 5. If you're just, you know, only having him as your big guy, your tempo. But if you're playing him in the group, I think he goes from a 3 to 4 out of 5 because of the TK, because of the enhancement. The range, 9 range is critical. A lot of figures nowadays, they don't have more than 7 range. 8 is getting a little rare, 9 is rare, 10 is rare, and before that, I remember they used to have 12 range, one of the Professor X from one of the old sets, but 9 range is pretty nice, and running shot with 6, that's a lot. So yeah, 3 overall, a 3.5, let's say that overall. He's pretty good. All right, moving on to Kalibak. His sculpt is sweet. There's one thing that bothers me about this figure. He's a close combat monster, basically, because, you know, he ignores hindering and characters for movement, so that's great, but he doesn't fly. But that's fine, he ignores hindering, he can just move around. The one thing that bothers me is that he has this awesome charge with this awesome attack with 12, but Quake, really? You couldn't give him super strength or at least exploit weakness? That is I don't like Quake with charge on big figures like him. Quake and charge is good for, like, you know, little support guys, you know, that they can attack multiple figures, but you want to go out there and, like, with a heavy object, if you have super strength, it will be 6 damage, or with exploit weakness, at least it will have, you know, 4 penetrating, but I don't like that combo. He later on gets flurry for a lot of his dials, so he's not really mobile. So this guy comes into play with the TK. You know, he can move by himself, but later on he gets a lot of flurry on his clicks. So I seen him play, like, when I tried him out with my girlfriend, and she was basically just moving him around like a homeless person wandering the world with no hope, because he couldn't do anything, no range, no charge. He was just, let me get next to you so I can flurry you next turn, and then they will break away from him, you know. But other than that, he's pretty strong. 18 impervious. I love impervious. It's my favorite defense power. Invulnerability and ignoring characters and hindering is good. He doesn't have anything else special. He just has the trait and the defense power. Even with the team or by himself, solid 3. 3 out of 5, not 10. That would be, like, not even solid. It would be crappy. So 3.5 and 3. Okay, so that's enough about Kalibak. All right, the next one will be my boy Superman, and I'm not gonna be biased and be like, oh, he's the best one because he's Superman, but actually I'm gonna say he's not the best one out of the chases, but he's the second best one, because first of all, he has the good range, the 9 range that I was talking about. He is indomitable. Superman ally, the only chase that has a team ability. And that's critical because he can see through hindering, you know, and that's with 9 range, just keep him back there shooting at them. And if they get close to him, hypersonic, and he has super strength. So that would be a 6 damage. And invincible, I love, you know, I'm starting to be a big fan of invincible. Before, when I did the oh my god, I forgot, the Phoenix Force review, and I saw that Cyclops started with, I think it was Cyclops, yeah, started with Invincible. I was like, oh, Invincible sucks. But I'm becoming a fan of Invincible because there's a lot of penetrating damage nowadays. Sadly, it ignores Imperials, which is my favorite, but Invincible will still absorb it, and I'm beginning to like it. It's not my top defense power, but it's getting up there. So anyways, same trait, super strength. And then he has this really cool power, freeze. Superman can use incap. When he does, after action himself, he may make a close combat attack as a free action. This one is situational. If you are base with someone and you do the incap, that's an awesome bonus. With the super strength, oh man, really nice. He only has 1 stop click, but overall, really strong fig. I think he picks up Psychic Blast. He does, Heat Vision. and invulnerability. He doesn't pick up impervious, which is weird. But hey, he's a clone of Superman. He's not the Superman. 220 points. Not bad for a Superman tempo, like a strong guy. I think he's better. Even though this one, I said he was pricey, but Invincible is better than Invulnerability in my opinion, and he's way stronger. So I think I will give him, not because he's Superman, I'm not gonna give him 5 because he's not perfect. I'll give him a 4 out of 5. With this team, he's still a solid 4, and without the team, he's still a solid 4. I played him at a tournament that I had like a while back, like when the set came out, and I was like, man, he's gonna eat up my 220 points. It's like half my team. But he did really good with hypersonicking around with heavy objects as a trait. My opponents, a lot of opponents that I have, or a lot of players, they just look at the dials, and then you pick up an object. And you, even though you said, oh, I pick up the object, and then you like, oh, I have an object with super strength. Like, oh wait, you don't have super strength? Yes, I do. It's a trait. So you catch them off guard. So I love traits like that give you super strength. And when you look at the dial, oh, you're not scared. You're not, okay, if it comes to me, I have invincible, you only do 2. But then you're like, surprise, I have an ultra heavy, so suck it. Take, I don't know, 5 or 4 instead of 2. So I love those traits like that. So Superman. The only thing I have to say is, well, he does have Kryptonian. I thought he didn't have the Kryptonian keyword. Yeah, he has decent keywords, I guess. So we're good. I thought he didn't. I was gonna flip out about that. I forgot about it. So 4 out of 5. Next one, my opinion, the best chase out of this set, hands down. 79 freaking points for everything this little lady does. She's the most expensive one for a reason, because she deserves it. Okay, let's say you're playing a meta game, a competitive game. These guys, honestly, you can make a really good team with them, but if you really want to win and have a support piece that will really change the game with a lot, nowadays there's a bunch of resources, the Phoenix Force, the Book of Skull, especially the Infinity Gauntlet. Oh my god, the trait for 79 points, take away one of the gems, no more power cosmic for you, my friend. So I can outwit you. Yeah, 79 points, you get the trait, you still get the other part of the trait, and she has this sweet speed power, which is she can use Smoke Cloud and Stealth once per turn when Lydia Maller occupies hindering terrain and is given a non-free action before an action begins, or after action result, you may place Lydia Maller in the squares of hindering terrain within 5 squares in line of fire. She's like that Batman from Out of the Shadows. I think that's what they call them. Okay, look at her. You pick up super strength with ultra heavy. Well, I think you have to be over 100 to pick up ultra heavies. Yeah. So okay, a heavy. So you have 5 damage, and then you go, you're hindering. You basically charge or place her next to your opponent if they're within the 4 or 5 squares with hindering, and you'll be like, surprise, here's a 5 damage for you with my 79 point figure. And if they try to attack you, she has stealth from range. If they get close to you, they gotta deal with that 19 defense and the shape change. She is great. And oh my god, she's awesome for 79 points. And I cannot stress that enough. Best chase. She's 5 out of 5 with the team, with the Servant of the Great Darkness keyword team, or by herself in a really good meta team. Awesome figure. She's $50 I think right now. I bought her off online. I made, I've traded a bunch of stuff to be able to get the money to get her, but she was worth every trade and penny I'd pay for her. So anyways, best chase of the group. Now, Mr. Orion. His quote, he looks like he's diving to his death, oh, I hate my life. That scope, man. I've been trying. I try so hard to fix him, put something there, so for a whole day, so maybe when I take it off, he will stay. But no, he still wants to do his suicidal dive. So whatever, I'll leave him be. If he wants to kill himself, I don't care. All right. Anyways, I'm just kidding. He has nothing really special, just the trait and the defense that everybody has. This guy, in my opinion, is the worst chase out of all of them. Why, you ask? Why not? 204 points, or yeah, that's, sorry, 206 points. He has range combat expert, which in theory, you look at it, man, 4 with that 6 damage, whoa. Okay, awesome, right? 5 range, really? With range combat expert? That's fine. Let's see if he has Ryan shot with it. No, he has facing teleport. What the is that? How you gonna add, you know, well, you can't combine range combat expert with Ryan shot, but come on, give him Ryan shot so he can be mobile, or at least charge and switch out the, I don't know, I always like movement attack powers, even though he has the movement attack ability, which is like hypersonic, but you -2 his attack, so he has a 9 attack for 206 points. 9 attack with no super strength to increase the damage output, 17 defense. That's like, I remember when back in the day in Unleash the Superman, the Unleash unique, he was the baddest Superman of them all back in the day, and I used to whoop butt all the time with him. And then, because 17 defense back then was a lot. Nowadays, I feel sad because I want to play him. He's strong. He's an offensive piece. But 17 defense, anybody can go through that. Especially, he's outwittable, penetrating, psychic blast. I don't like him. Later on in the dial, let me see if I can turn it. The only one I'm going to turn because I got to make my point. Oh my God, he just fell off. See, that's why I don't try turning it. Okay, later on the dial, let's try it one more time. All right, hold on. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. Let's see if this focus. All right. So, okay, he goes from a range combat expert piece to a close combat piece. Great, that's awesome. Flurry, really? No charge. You just he's like this guy. Like once he gets flurry, he's like useless because they can just break away from him. They don't have plasticity or anything like that. So Battle Fury. Really? Why? I mean, good against a shape change, but no charge. If he had charge with super strength, I would really consider him better than what I think he is. He does have the longest dial. I'm not gonna completely bash him. I think he lasts the longest out of all of these, which I guess that's why he's so pricey. And with a nice hammer, he will be pretty good with any hammer, running shot or charge. But any figure will be pretty good with a hammer. If I'm gonna pay 206 or any 200 points or more for a figure, I don't need to put a resource or a relic to make them better. They better be better by themselves. So I'm sorry, but this guy is not good. So I'm giving him a 2 because I'm not gonna give him a 1. He's not horrible, but he's not good. He's meh. So he's the worst one out of the chases. So there you go, guys. I hope I did a okay review. I didn't go through the dials because I'm using my one hand to hold the phone and it's hard. But I hope it was helpful. You guys enjoyed it. I might do more like this. I really like the one I did with the Phoenix Force, with the Wolverine and the X-Men chases. So anyways, I'm doing an unboxing of Deadpool hopefully next week when it comes out, and I hope you tune in for that, and hopefully I can make more videos now that I'm out of school, but no promises because now I'm looking for a job now that I finished school, so I'll try. Well, anyways, thank you guys for your time. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.